I welcome you all with a warm heart to the live. If you are there, say hi to me. My great ones, say hi to your teacher here. Your teacher is waiting for here to teach you very nice tips regarding green card lottery, regarding the mad rush for the green card. Welcome all, welcome all. And when you come in, say hi to your teacher here. Your teacher is on standby with very nice tips. She wants everyone to apply who wants to apply. No one is going to be left out. Even if you have not taken a photo, I have some great tips and great information that can help you to do the right photo, even in your phone. So when you come in, say hi to me. Thank you. Who is there? Like the video, my first viewer, you are the lucky one. My first viewer, you are the lucky one. Say hi to me. Swansea, thank you, dear. Oh my God, my Danzy, my girl. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear. You are my personal assistant now to invite people, to tell them to subscribe and to like. Oh, thank you, Swansea. Swansea, my dear, welcome. You are the first one. You are the blessed one. Your teacher is here with very nice tips because tomorrow is the last day of the green card application at midday. So tomorrow at midday, that is the deadline. Don't wait until tomorrow midday. Yes, thank you so much, Swansea. Thank you so much. If you are there, kindly say hi to me that I may know that you are there, my dear ones. I love you all with the love of Christ. And we are going to conquer this immigration thing. We are going to conquer because we are going to have legit information from the experts, and you are going to do the right thing until the time we fly to wherever we want to fly, whether to Europe, whether to US. So welcome all. We are discussing about the mad rush regarding green card lottery, because I know there are some of us who have not taken the photos, and even when you go to the cyber, there is a long queue. They have to take very many photos for many people who are applying the last minute, because most of the Africans wait until the last minute. They wait until the last hour, and they try to do the last minute application, and it is okay. So if you are there, kindly say hi to me. I can see we are two now. Say hi to me. Whoever is there, I can see you. Say hi to me so that I may know who it is, so that I may welcome you and hug you and say high five. Mr. Sanga, thank you so much. Welcome so much to my live. Karibu, my visitor. Thank you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord see you through. And you are going to get very important information here. And Mr. Sanga, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh, thank you. Who is there? I can see we are 6 of us now. My guest, say hi to me so that I may know that you are there. My guest, my honorable guest, I love you all. Oh, thank you so much. Hello to you, my visitor. You've written in Arabic. I can't read, but I welcome you and I salute you. And I love you so much. Kindly like the video. We are 7 of us. I have only one like. Like the video. Subscribe before we proceed. And I love you all. Your teacher here loves you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Hello to you. Write your name so that I may know you are who is that in Arabic. Thank you so much. Karibu, karibu. We are 9. 9 likes kindly. Like the video. Like the video. So, we are talking about the last minute green card application, because as I said earlier, the deadline is tomorrow at midday, 7th of November, 2020. Minor, thank you. No, okay, Minor, he will not do that, because what he does not like the person you have named, they don't want to touch to announce the name. What he does not like is illegal immigrants, because even when he came to power, he removed all the illegal immigrants in the US. But with the green card lottery, it is okay, especially for this year, because we have already applied. So do not fear, apply. He cannot do that. He might impose new rules, but I don't think so. What he does not like is illegal immigrants. Those who enter the US illegally, They are asylum seekers. That is what he does not like. Those who normally go to use the Panya routes to go to the US. So for the ones that have applied, you are good. And by the way, with the green card, it is okay. But with the illegal immigrants, he doesn't like that. He likes being straightforward. So do not worry. If you have not applied the minor, I have some tips here about how you can apply today, because I know the cybers are congested. Even if they take you the photo, sending you to your email is very, I know they have a long queue even tomorrow. So I was teaching about how you can take your photo in your house. You can tell your friend, your family member to take you a photo if you have a white background. For example, if you have a white wall, you can use the wall as your background. If you don't have a white wall, you can use a curtain of a window, or even a door curtain, or any a bed sheet or anything. Someone can even hold it for you. People can hold it for you, or you can put it on the wall and you can take your photo, and then you can crop it using the DV Rotary Photo tool. Download the DV Rotary Photo tool in your phone and do your photo, because I know there are some people who have been left out. Do never be left out, because you never know what tomorrow holds. You never know what tomorrow holds. And remember, I told you after many years, when the US admit many people from a particular country, they normally close out. Like I gave you the example of Nigeria. Because Nigeria is the only state that cannot apply for the DV Rotary. Not unless they were born in a country like Kenya or Tanzania or Congo. If they are born in an eligible country, the birth certificate can allow them to apply in the green card lottery. But for now, they cannot. So if you are in Africa, in Tanzania, in Congo, in wherever, in Gambia, please apply for the green card now. You never know. Thank you so much, Newton. Like the video. Like the video kindly. Like the video, my viewers. Kindly like the video. Welcome, Newton, and I hope you have applied. Have you applied? If you have not applied, I'm giving the tips on how you can do it. This is the final tip. Because tomorrow is 6 of at midnight, at midday, Kenyan, East African time, it will be the deadline. Tomorrow at midday. Or if you have applied, you are good to go. I wish you good luck. Whoever is here and they have applied, let the paper be upon you. If you have not applied, kindly do it now. Look for a background, a white background. Tell someone to hold a curtain for you. Take you a photo, and then you can crop it with that app. The photo, there's an app you can. Swency, like the video. Yeah, like the video. Thank you. Like the video, and kindly, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. So you can take a photo on your phone, be taken by your friend or your family member. Then you can crop it, and then you can apply using that photo. Because I know for sure if you go to the cyber event tomorrow, before they take you the photo and many others and send it to your email, it will be already midday. Tomorrow at midday, we are going to have the deadline. So do not forget about the deadline. So, and I told you it is not only, it's not a must you go to the US or the DV Rotary. There are many pathways. You can go on the H-1B visa for work. If you get a company in the US, that one you have to apply for work in the US. The company has to file for you to get a H-1B visa. But for now, let's talk Matters Green Card. Matters Green Card are very important for them that have not applied and they are willing to apply. And we are in the last flash. Tomorrow midday is the final. Kenyan time. Download the DV Rotary photo tool from your Play Store. You can use it to crop a photo with it. You go to your photo, you go to your whatever Play Store, the DV, the Diversity Visa Rotary tool, you download it. When you are taking the photo with a white background, you can crop it and then you can use it. Up to there. So karibuni, we discuss the matters regarding green card, because you never know what is going to happen. I always say do the things when you have the time. The time you are going to be closed out, that's when you are going to regret and say, why didn't I apply? Maybe you didn't apply because you are the host. Maybe you are saying you are not going to have money. Remember, the key thing here is application, not about the host. After you apply, you are going to get a host and a sponsor. Because as I told you earlier, in Kenya, you need a sponsor plus a host. But the host can also, sorry, I bit my tongue. But the host can also sponsor you. if the host is financially stable. So do not mind about the host, the sponsor, the money for the visas, the money for the medical. Go apply, and then other things shall follow. The key thing is application. So up to there, I think we are fine. And I welcome you all. Welcome, welcome. Karibuni, welcome. When you enter, you like the video, we continue as we wait for the other visitors, as we do the mad rush for the green card. And after this, after I finish this live, rush to your phone, do the necessary, apply tonight. You know, when during night time, maybe at 2 a.m., there normally not much traffic. But during the day tomorrow in the morning from 8, I'm double sure the cybers will be congested, and the network will also be very slow. The network will be very slow, remember. So you can use your phone. I told you, when you have a phone, utilize it for the good things. Do not use your phone for insulting people. Don't use your phones for other bad things. Use your phone for productive things. Apply for the green card. Do whatever in your phone. You can study in your phone. There are so many good things in your phone. You can study. So kindly do the rightful, the needful, before tomorrow midday. When you get in, like the video, kindly. Ukiingia, say hi to me that I may know that you are there, kindly, so that we might continue with the tips. So, if you are not lucky with the educational status, if you don't have the educational status, remember you can use your work status. There are some people who are normally applied by organizations, big organizations, and they have a work qualification. Because as I told you, the minimum is Form 4 high school, the Form 4 diploma, or the Form 4 degree. So if you have your Form 4 certificate, you are qualified. Because do not feel so many things when you apply. Don't make a mistake of feeling things that you don't understand. Just in the application, fill the Form 4. Even if you have a college certificate, fill only the Form 4. Just write Form 4 high school diploma. The other things you can fill them in the visa form, the Form DS-260, after being selected. But right now, do not fill so many things. Because remember, they said that vocational courses they can't qualify you. So do the rightful and the needful. I decided to do this last video about green card for now, because I know there are people maybe who don't know what to do, and they don't have the photographs. You don't have the photo, but you have the urge in your heart to apply. You can crop it on your phone. If the photo is smaller in size, it is uploadable. But if you make a large photo is not uploadable. So you have to crop it into a smaller size, and the DV Rotary photo tool is going to guide you. You are not going to make a mistake or to miss out on that. The DV Rotary photo tool, go to your Google Play Store, the Play Store, and then download it. Do the cropping. Take a white bed camera on your wall, or a white sheet, or whatever. Take a photo. You can do it on the phone. There are people who do on the phone and they win. It's only that I don't recommend about the phone so much. Not so many people are able to crop it nicely. But if you are an expert in cropping, kindly use your phone. Tell your friend to take your photo. Don't take it yourself. Don't take a selfie. Let someone take you a photo. But if you are an expert, you can also take if you are an expert, you can also take a selfie. And use the selfie you can use the selfie you can crop the selfie and apply with that selfie. I hope up to there I'm very clear. I'm very crystal clear. So like the video, guys, and say hello to me. So don't forget about tomorrow. It is the deadline, midday at 12. No, tomorrow at 12 noon. So before 11 o'clock tomorrow, you should have applied. Don't wait until tomorrow at midday, and then you start wishing that you did it. Maybe you are the one God is waiting for to bless you. And you know God can never bless you if you don't take a step. You have to take a step, and then He is going to walk with you. There are people who normally say, I want to go and live. I wish I was living in the US. I wish I could get a visa for the US. Now you have a golden opportunity. Remember, with a green card visa, it is easier for you to go to the US. But with a visitor visa, going to the interview and getting the visa, it can be a nightmare. Even for the study visa, it is not that easy. But for the green card lottery, remember, if you have all the documents, When you go for the interview, it takes only like 3 minutes. That one is a golden opportunity. And because we were given we were given an extension of the deadline to tomorrow, 7th of November, take this chance. Be taken a photo by your friend with a white background, and I know you are not going to regret. So, my dear ones, I wish you are listening nicely, and I love you all, my supporters, my viewers. These tips are going to help very many people, even for them that have already passed the interview. You know, there are people who already they were selected this year. Those who were selected on May 2024. They are starting the interviews in October. I know some of them has already started the interviews in October. They started the interviews in October with those with the lowercase numbers. So they also need to hear this information about the application of the visa, because after winning, I told you there is an application of the visa. So if you have won, if you are still applying, all this information that I have taught in my YouTube channel, they are favorable for you, because I have taught about how you fill the form DS-260, your criminal records. If you are militia, the visa form have got a lot of information, by the way. If you are a para what? Is it paramilitary? Paramilitary are those gangs. Maybe you are Kamjesh, whatever. They want to know whether you are paramilitary. Those people that normally are maybe the Taliban. But when you feel that you are Taliban or Kamjesh or what, remember that is a disqualification. You are not supposed to be a paramilitary. And I told you, if you have the age requirement, if you even card and you are below 39 years of age, you can go and join the military of the US. Remember, when you join the military, you have got very many advantages. When you join the military or any branch of the military, either the army, either the marine, either the space, I don't know the space, the navy. Navy is in the water. There's the marine in the water, and there's navy. All those are different branches in the military in the US. There is that one or whatever, the Air Force. There are so many branches. If you join any branch of the military in the US, automatically you become a US citizen. You do not need to wait for 5 years to become a citizen. And then now you can even bring your sisters and your brothers to the US. And there are so many privileges when you join the army. But you have to be very disciplined, and you cannot cancel the contract before the contract is over. Otherwise, they are going to denounce the passport. They are going to take away their passport. So, my dear ones, you have the golden opportunity. Those who wish to join the army and they cannot join in the army because of specific reasons, you have the chance now to go and join the army in the US. Remember, most people say they were selected during the last day. I do not know what happens. All my friends normally say they were selected and they were selected and they did the lottery application the last days. I've never known what logic or how it happens, but I normally think that because many people wait for the last minute, maybe they wait until 5th, 6th, or even 7th, the D-Day, the machine normally picks many people from that, slot, because many people apply during the last day. So do not worry that this is the last day. Maybe you are going to be the lucky one. Maybe the computer is going to pick on your name, and you are going to have your dream come true. Because I know most of us covet to go to the US because of the opportunities. There are a million of opportunities, as long as you are hardworking and as long as you want to follow the right path. Remember, if your spouse is in the US, for example, maybe I have a spouse and he is in the US illegally, and I apply with him as married, remember that one is an automatic disqualification. My spouse went to the US to visit with a visa and he overstayed. That one is an illegal immigration status, because now remember he is staying in the US illegally. So if your spouse is in the US with a visitor visa and you overstayed and you apply with him as your spouse, remember you are going to be disqualified because your spouse is already an illegal immigrant in the US. He does not have papers. And remember, when you go with a visitor visa and refuse to exit, Rhoda Mosibi, thank you so much. You are not late, Rhoda. You are very welcome. Like the video, Rhoda. We are still in the start. We are 19 minutes only, 19 minutes since we started. So you are still on time, Rhoda. So I was explaining something. Do not make a mistake of putting your spouse who is in the US on a visitor visa on a Nova stay. Remember, a Nova stay is illegal. So if your spouse is in the US, don't try to apply for him as your spouse. That one will be an automatic disqualification. Remember, if you're in the US illegally and you apply for the green card, it will be an automatic disqualification because already now you have violated the immigration rule. You have violated the immigration rule. You are overstaying with a visa in the US. And remember, even when you are filling the form DS-260, you have to answer all those questions. Have you ever overstayed? Have you ever violated any rules? Have you ever been a criminal? All those criminal, whatever, you are going to put them in the form. So if you are in the US in an overstay, my dear, please forget about that. So that one you have to know what to do because now you are you are now living there illegally. So if your spouse is in the US illegally, you can't apply with him as your spouse because that one is automatically going to be denied. You have to be legal. If you're living in a country and in that country you don't have a status, you cannot do a visa interview in that country. Because you remember, there is a country where you live and the country where you are born. And there are some people who apply and they are in Dubai or Saudi or wherever, Kuwait. They apply, though they are Kenyans or Ugandans or Kuwaitis or whatever. Maybe they are Kenyans, Gambians, Sudanese, but they live abroad. Maybe in Qatar, wherever. Remember, if you are going to book for a visa interview in that country where you live, and you are living there illegally, that one is an automatic disqualification because that is not your country of birth. And the visa officer will want to know what is your status in that country. Why are you applying to do an interview in this country and yet you are Kenyan and yet you are Ugandan or whatever? You have to show them that you have a status. You have a resident permit for that country. But if you are on an overstay in Dubai, you are UAE or Qatar or Kuwait or wherever, you cannot be qualified to get a visa. That's what I normally tell people. In life, always be authentic. Because at one point, it will catch up with you. Some people go to the US with a visitor visa and they refuse to come out at the given time. Maybe you come out, but you have taken more time than you are given. Remember that one can cause you a disqualification if you do not have a reason why you overstayed in the US. So with the overstays in any country, that one can cause a disqualification. So for that, do not apply. Do not apply because even if you are selected, what is going to happen? You are going to waste your medical money and your whatever, and the visa money, and you are going to lose out on it. So those things that people normally do, you are a militia, you have a criminal record. Remember, you are going to be required to have a good conduct for you and your family members, the adult family members. The US police clearance certificate. So if you are a criminal, please, and if when you are filling the visa form, there's a slot to fill whether you are a criminal, whether you have used drugs before, whether you have done whatever before, and write everything the truth. I told you have to be truthful. If you are a criminal, say you are a criminal. You have to be truthful. If you use narcotic drugs, you have to write that in the visa form. And that one will be an automatic disqualification. Those things that you write that you are militia, that you are Taliban, I don't know you are the Tanganyika 9 Battalion, I don't know you are the what, Sugu. If you write, because they are going to ask you, are you a paramilitia? Paramilitia, remember, paramilitary, sorry, or the militia groups. Maybe Taliban, maybe whatever. Paramilitia groups are of the whatever, all of them are illegal, whatever, militias. Those that normally do illegal whatever. So if you are in those militias, write that you are militia, but when you go to the embassy, automatic disqualification, you cannot get it. So let's know that. If you go to any country, for example, you go to Canada and overstay without a reason, and you go for the interview for the US, because in the visa form, by the way, after being selected, when you are filling the application, there are no many details. But after the selection, you have to go to the visa form, the form DS-260. In the US, the state.gov travel site, us.state.gov travel site. You are going to get your DS260. Even if you go to your browser, maybe you use Google and type DS260, it is going to take you to the us.gov.travel site. You are going to get that form. There are so many things you are supposed to feel about yourself. Very, very many details. Other previous travels, other visa denials, other overstays. You have to fill all the information. Your social media handles. If you have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have Instagram. All those details about yourself. If you have a criminal record, have you ever used whatever, narcotic drugs? You are going to be asked. Have you ever been charged in court because of a criminal offense? All those details are going to be there in that form. And that is what, when you fill the form, that is what the embassy officer will question you about. So, be clean, be pure. Do not engage in dirty things. Do not engage in that social media things. They can even, there's normally even a question, are you going to be a prostitute in the US? There's that question in that form, whether you are going to practice prostitution in the US. And some people are very comfortable, they normally feel yes. Remember, when you feel that you are going to be a prostitute, that is an automatic disqualification. If you feel that you are going to be a prostitute, I don't know, you have been a militia, I don't know, you have been Taliban, whatever the paramilitary, all those militia groups that are illegal, automatic cancelling, you don't get the visa. If you have used narcotic drugs, and even they ask the parents, if you are feeling for, maybe you are a parent, you are feeling for, you are the principal applicant, they can ask you, have any of your children ever used narcotic drugs? So those are the things that people engage in, either narcotic, either whatever, don't please. One day, one time, even in the US military, by the way, in the US military, you cannot join because they are going to test whether you have ever used any narcotic drugs. So, if you have ever used any narcotic drugs, with the US military, forget about it. Because they are going to test you before they take you to their branches, maybe the Army, maybe the Marine, maybe the whatever, all those branches in the US Army. In the US, no, not Army, the Army is one of the branches. Sorry, I normally call Army. It is the military. So please, with narcotic, and you are preparing to apply, stop it, please. If you have started it, do not try it. It's a bad thing. You're only going to destroy your chest, and when they take the test, they can discover that you have used those narcotics. So please, don't do that. Don't do that, please. If you have a relative or a family member, a child or somebody who is using that, tell them not to do that. If they are planning to travel to those countries, they do those such tests. When joining the US Army, they are going to test you for that. So don't do that. So those who have not applied and they don't know what to do, I talked about I normally paraphrase what I say, what is important. I can repeat even for, a teacher can repeat something many times, the important points. So with the photo, I told you can do the DV rotary photo tool to crop the photo. So that one is not a problem. Just use the DV rotary photo tool that you can download it from there, whatever, the Play Store. I know there are people who know how to do that. If you can't do that, ask your neighbor, your family member, your relative. The young people know those things. Do that in your phone right now and apply tonight. Have the checklist. The checklist is your birth certificate because it is a copy paste of your birth certificate. City of birth, place of birth, date of birth, country of eligibility, they are in the birth certificate. It's a copy and paste. You copy from the birth, you paste in the application form. So I think I've given you the right tips for tonight. Swenzi, are you still there or you left? Swenzi, my dear, are you still there? Rhonda, are you there? So, my dear ones, whatever you do in this life is always registered somewhere. And remember, even if it is not registered by human beings, God registers everything. That's why I normally tell people, don't be a criminal at any point in your life. Never be a criminal. Be authentic in your move. Always do the right. Do never con anyone. Do never lie to anyone. Do never overdo things. If you are an agent and you have jobs, don't overcharge anyone. Anything that you do in this life. Yes, Lord, thank you, my dear. Keep there. Give me the company. I'm happy to see you there. So whatever you do in life, it can come back to you at one point. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Wayamesh Murume. Wayamesh Murume, thank you so much. I applied yesterday. I checked with the DV Rotary wishing you. Oh, good. You are going to get it. As long as you are going to get it, by the way. You are going to get it. God will give you the desires of your heart. And Dr. Wayamesh, kindly like the video and subscribe if you have not subscribed. I have given many tips regarding green card. Even the previous videos, you can go and watch them. Because even after winning, after being selected, most people fail the interview. By the way, most people fail the interview. Go to Google right now after we are done with the video, live video. Check how many Kenyans won the last time and check how many were disqualified. Yes, Wayamesh, all the best. You're all the best. Thank you so much, Wayamesh. May the Lord grant the wishes of your heart. And after you win, you are going to get a good host and a sponsor. Because now a host is another thing. Remember, when you get a bad host, they are going to mislead you. I normally hear my friends complaining that they got very bad hosts. The host just took you in the house and they made you the house girl or the house boy. But a good host will take you to get your social security number. Because remember, you cannot work in the US without a social security number. That one you cannot work without. And it is possible if you have money from your country. Maybe you are from Uganda or Kenya or in Africa. You can apply for the green card when you are here. After going for the embassy or interview in the embassy, after you pass, you can pay for the green card. The green card now itself, the card, you know the card now, where you are still in Kenya, because you are going to have more privilege, and you are going to, your things are going to be more smooth if you apply for the green card even here. So that when you reach the US, you are going to get the green card at arrival. There are people who normally pay for it in the here before they fly, if you have the money to do that. But for the host, if you discover the host is a sufficient person, have two hosts. You can look for two hosts, by the way. Because if you get a bad one, they normally take you to be their house boy or their house girl. And they never lead you to the right path. And that is why you see some people come and complain. People normally come and tell me, it's better even you live in Kenya, because we went to the US and we got these problems because of getting a bad person who did not show you the right way. The right person will take you to the social security number and to get the US number, you know, the +1 US number, and then you can start working. They can take you for the work interviews, you get the right work. You can even start studying in the US because it is possible. So, for the host, ensure you have two hosts. If you doubt one, have two of them. Because some of them they normally take advantage. Right now, they are waiting for people to go there so that they can use them to be their caretakers for their children. You can be a caretaker for someone if you agree together, if you have an agreement. But now someone takes you to their house and you stay there for, imagine, 1 year without any development. And remember, the the DV program is very costly. The DV program can cost you even 1-point-something million if you have a family. If you have a family of 3 children and your wife and your husband, a wife, husband, and children, you can spend more than 1 M. Remember, you have the visa interview. Remember, there are some other issues there, transport and whatever. The visa interview, the medical, buying maybe some new things, all those processes, and now paying for the flight tickets. So, ensure you have a right host. But we are lucky because we are in this group. No one will be misled. We shall lead you the right way, the right path, and I know we are going to enjoy at the end of it all. And maybe Dr. Wayamesh will come here and give us a testimony on how he went through the interview, how it was smooth. Because when God makes a way, he makes every crooked path straight. He makes sure that you are not going to get tough questions in the embassy, because now you have already done the right thing. You have talked the truth in the application. You have all the testimonials, and everything works out well. So, my dear ones, I know we are going to have testimonies come May 2025. It is opening at 2025 May, 3rd of May 2025. That is when the results will be announced. So whoever have applied on 3rd of May, be on standby in your phone. Go to the DV to the website, DV whatever entrance status check, and check. If you have won, we are going to celebrate, but we are going to do it very carefully, because remember, I told you there are people with the spirit of Cain. There are people who are not genuine. So after winning, we have to be able to play smart. Otherwise, people are not very genuine, not all the time. People are not the best sometimes. You can never trust all everyone. Though there are some who are genuine, but not everyone. And I always tell people in the US, in Africa, in Europe, wherever you are in this world, remember, God put you there with a divine purpose. Do never take advantage of a poor person. Do never take advantage of a desperate person, because I have seen people helping others and God opens their doors wide. When you help a desperate person, it's like you are led in God. When you're helping someone, maybe someone have won the green card, they don't even have money to start life in America. Imagine you can help someone from scratch, and that person later, maybe God can open even more doors for you. So, and when you are helped, because there are people now, when they are helped, they then turn against the helpers. There are some hosts who normally complain that they hosted people from Africa. When they went to their houses, they totally misbehaved. Do never misbehave in somebody's house. Do never misbehave with your children, with your whatever. And that is why some of them say they cannot host people with the kids. They normally don't host people because some people do not discipline their kids. You invite someone to your house and they mess up everything. Remember, when you have kids, you are the master. Your kid cannot be your master, and never can you allow a kid to go and dirtify people's houses. That is very evil and very malicious. So, either way, whether you are hosted or you are the host, let us be genuine. The host, the hoster, the host and the hosted one, the host and the whatever you call it. Let us be genuine. If you are hosted, behave. If they tell you to keep the boundary here, don't pass. If you have the children and a host can allow you to go with your kids, ensure that your kids are totally disciplined. If not possible, you can leave your family in your country. Go and look for be hosted. After you are hosted, now you can call your family after you are stable. Because some people complain a lot because they host some Africans and then the Africans go there and misbehave. Not even anyone, not necessarily the Africans. We have even people from Oceania. We have people from Africa, from all over. So let us be genuine and authentic. If you have a chance and you can help someone, please help. Do not overcharge anything. Remember, God looks at your heart and He can bless you or curse you depending on your intentions. If you have an evil intention against someone who is coming from Africa to the US and you are the host, and you have an evil intention, remember you are going to be under God's curse. If you are being hosted and you have an evil intention and you are malicious, remember you are going to be under God's curse. So in this forum, because I'm also an evangelist, by the way, I'm not a pastor. I'm an evangelist. I normally preach the gospel one-on-one. So I hate malice. I hate hatred. I hate what? Those bad things. I hate corruption, evil intentions, because even my work calls for integrity. Where I have been working for the 2 decades, it is about integrity. You have to be pure and perfect before men and before God in heaven. And that's why I sat down and thought about, because it's always sometimes good to talk about yourself so that people might know who is this Grace who is teaching us about these visas and these requirements and all that. I am an expert in the visas and travels I have worked in the airport for 20 years, but the visa, the travel, what can I call it? About traveling and visas and all that. Salome Goge, thank you so much, Salome. Thank you, dear. Welcome and like the video, darling. So, to talk about myself a bit, so that you might know with this, we're talking to you. I am a qualified visa, whatever, expert. About visa, about travel, about going to wherever, anywhere in this world that you want to go. If you ask a question, I will answer you. Fabakari Samale, what about mailing address without putting it in the application? No. Fabukari, first of all, like the video and subscribe. About the mailing address, don't care. The important thing is the email. The email address, ensure that it is right. Because why? The email address is what they are going to send you the notification letter. The email, but the mails don't care about the whatever, the PO box. They don't send things on that. You can put other things when you are applying the visa form. So if you wrote the wrong, you wrote Nairobi, Don Home Road, or you wrote whatever, you wrote Kawagware or wherever in Uganda, don't mind. As long as in the visa application form after being selected, Fabakare, you can write the right details. But remember, they shall never send you anything on the postal address. So for the even for the postal code and for the whatever, the zip code, you can write not applicable. But because for the addresses in the application, you have to write them because it is not optional. Write anything. For example, if you live in Gambia, in a city in Gambia, anywhere in Gambia, you can write any city and the street. Let's say, for example, I live in Nairobi, Kenya, maybe in where? For example, in Donholm. I can write Donholm Road like that. That can be my address because they are not going to say anything on that. Just write where you live. If you live in a place like Mwanza in Tanzania, you can write one of the cities or the streets in that place, just for the sake of it. But for the email address, do not make a mistake. Because even in the application form, it is written twice. Email address. So should I not touch that part? No, for Bakari you can touch, but write anything. Don't worry about it. For the mail, but for the email, that one you have to be very careful. But for them, whatever mailing address, about the maybe the permanent address in your country, don't mind. You know why they do that? Because in the US, they have such things. In the US, they only use mailing address, the permanent addresses. Because even when you apply for the green card, you are going to give the number of the host. That is where your green card will be taken in the US. If you are going to apply for it later in the US. But when you are applying now, write anything. You can't leave it blank. It is not optional. Write, for example, in Gambia where you live, in the estate. Write, for example, this place, street. Like for example, in Nairobi, we have estates like we have like Donholm, we have a Bakasi, we have what? We have Umoja, we have Dadora. You can write Dadora Street, that one, Dadora Street. Postal code 005 or anything, 005 something. Like in Nairobi, we have for GPO, we have for airport. You can write any you can. That one is not doesn't matter. What matters is the email address. Do not make an error on the email. Write your email and test it, whether it is workable or it is usable. Because they are going to write for you the notification letters, the 2NL. The second notification letter will be written via email. Because now remember, after being selected, you go to the site. You know the site for the selection. The entered status check, the ECS. There is where you are going to click and check whether you have been selected. That one is the first NL. That is the first notification letter. And you are going to see a lot of details if you have been selected. That is where you are going to find your case number. Because remember, I talked about the case numbers. We have some who have got very high, some very low. After that, you are going to wait. You are going to fill the form DS-260, by the way. Don't wait. Automatically, after being selected, go to the Google or whatever your browser, type DS-260. If you type that DS-260, it is going to take you to the us.state.gov website. Even if you go to the us.state.gov website, it is the same. Or you start with the form, you just write form DS-260. It is going to take you to the website. Then you can click the form and start filling it. And it has very many, it has a lot of information, by the way, about your status, your criminal records, your marital, whether you have had other spouses and divorced, whether you have had other children, all those details regarding you, your parents, if they are alive, all those things. So after that, you fill the form and you submit it. When you submit it, it is processed by a body in the US called the KCC. The KCC is the Kentucky Consular Center. That is the one that is going to process your details and then send the details to the visa, the National Visa Center, NVC. The NVC is also another body in the US that is administrative. It is whatever is administrative. The National Visa Center sends it to the US Embassy in your country. So if in Gambia, you have a US Embassy, for Bakari, that is where the National Visa Center will send your details. Those who don't have the US embassies in their countries, they are sent to the neighboring countries. I normally see some people coming from other countries in Africa to come to Nairobi embassy or whichever embassy that is near. So after the US Embassy gets the details from the visa, National Visa Center, they are going to send you the 2NL on your email. Be very careful with this and be checking your emails. And that's why I'm insisting on you being very careful on the email address. They are going to send you another notification in your email. When you get the notification, you are going to get a link. I know everyone here knows a link. And if you don't know the link, ask someone who knows how to use computer or phone. Click that link like this. You click it like this. Fabakary, write anything. Fabakary, don't be confused. Don't be confused, my dear. Just write anything. Write, where do you live? What is the name of the town where you live or the village? Even if it is a village. For example, we have a village like where do you have a village? Like Kibera, for example, in Nairobi is the biggest, whatever, is the biggest slum. You can write Kibera Road, Nairobi. Don't mind about that. That is not important. Elizabeth Boro, thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Welcome. Yes, you can write to Bakuta Village. To Bakuta Village. You can write to Bakuta Village. Write this to Bakula Road or to Bakula. Write to Bakula 0000. Write 0000. Don't mind about that. Write to Bakula 000. What matters is the email, Fabakary, and I hope you understand. The email address is very key. So for that one, even you can write anything. That one is not a problem. That one is not even matter. They are going to send you the 2NL in your email address, not in your PO box, not your post office box. They don't use that. Nowadays, even most of the post boxes even in Kenya are closed. So after that, you get the 2NL, second notification, you click the link, and the link will take you to the US site. US site where you checked the whether you have been selected. Now you are going to be taken there by that link. When you go to the link, it is going to show you details about your visa interview. The US Embassy in your country will have booked for you the visa date, the visa interview, to go to the interview with your family or yourself alone, depending on how you applied. So, read the details. If you cannot go to the interview because of their reasons, you can call the embassy. You can email them because they have their email address there. Email them and tell them, I will not be able to come on this day to the interview because of this and this reason. If you have a genuine reason. And below there, you are going to see there, you are going to book for the medical. Because remember, the medical comes before the visa interview. So after acknowledging that you are going to, if you are going to make it to go to the embassy for the visa interview, just acknowledge. You don't like to book. It's just acknowledging that I'm okay with the date. But if you want to change the date, you can email them. So there down in the same page, you go and book for the medical. And I have been singing like a singer. In Nairobi, it is Gigiri. It is IOM, International Organization for Migration. IOM in Gigiri. Gigiri is where the US Embassy is. So the medical facility in Kenya is near the US Embassy. That is the designated medical facility where you go for the medical exam. They test your whatever, they check your blood, they check your chest and give you the immunizations, because there are some sicknesses that you cannot be allowed to go to the US with. Like if you have severus, automatic disqualification. If you have TB, automatic disqualification. But if you have HIV or others, there are some others they allow anyway. But we hope for the best. So ensure that you keep checking your mails, so that when they send you anything on the mail, you are going to get it in good time. So Fabakary, don't mind about the addresses. Write anything. Like for example, if I live in Donholm, Nairobi, I can write Donholm Road. And there's no such address in Nairobi. I can write Donholm Road 00500. That is not important. What is important is the email. But now after you win, when filling the DS-260 form, the visa form that I told you, you can write another email. You can write the email address of your church. If you have a church, just for the sake of it, you can write the email address of your church or your primary school or your secondary school or of your friend. I think Fabakari, I am clear. Am I clear? Or you are still in doubt? I don't think there is any doubt there. So don't worry about the addresses. What you care about is the email address. That is very key. And I told you, if you did not go to Form 4, apply under your husband. If you are a Niger boy from Nigeria, because Nigeria is not eligible, get married to a Kenyan or a Tanzania or a Ugandan or a Gambian, you can apply under that. But now you can't apply on your own. And tomorrow is the deadline, I repeat. Tomorrow is the deadline. 7th of November, 2024, tomorrow, midday. So at midday, please apply before midday. And that's why I told you, you can take a photo, because now there's nothing else we can do. We are desperate now, and we want everyone to apply. You can call your friend and take you a photo on your phone. Very nice. Post like this upright. Ensure you are like this upright. Don't bend. Upright. Your ears are not like the way I have hairpiece. Ears visible. No makeup. When the photo is taken, you can use what did I tell you? I told you can use the DV Rotary photo crop photo tool. The DV Rotary photo tool, you can take a curtain of a house. Like here I'm near a window. This is not white. Take a curtain, a white curtain. You start, the curtain can be your background, a white curtain or a bed sheet. So you can use the DV Rotary photo tool and crop the photo. Because now we have no otherwise. We have to apply. I don't want everyone who is here to apply. Because tomorrow it will be very congested. And you can apply tonight at midnight, maybe at 2 a.m. At that time, the system is not congested. Remember, the system is very congested. Was congested since yesterday, but one. Since the previous day, yesterday, today, it was very congested. And the cyber people are very busy. Even if they take you the photo, they tell you to go home, they'll send you on your WhatsApp or email. It can take a lot of time. Because Africans rush when it is late. Africans are known to rush when it is late. But remember, if you are late, maybe you are going to be the lucky one. So you apply today, please. Fabakari, you have not applied or what? Have you applied, Fabakari? Samate? Have you applied? Or do you need assistance or not apply? Because it is only filling them whatever in your birth certificate. It is about copy-pasting. What is in your birth certificate, you copy-paste. So, I was talking about myself just to notify you or to let you to know who this person is. This woman here is here. So, I was talking about being authentic, being genuine, and not having a sinister motive. If you are hosted by someone in their house, kindly behave. Do not go to people's house and let them become mad. Always have disciplined children, because some hosts in the USA, they cannot host anyone with a child because people misbehave a lot. And then the host also, let us be genuine, because life is not permanent. Whatever you do in this life, God will reward you or punish you. Do never be a criminal. Do never mistreat someone because they don't have money. For example, most people who are applying now from Africa, they don't have money. They apply and then you host them. But when they reach to that place, you make them your house girl or your house boy. Don't do that, please. God is watching. Do the right thing. Remember all these houses that we are seeing, the beautiful ones, they are here temporarily. We have a beautiful home in heaven. So do not sin because of a green card, because you want somebody to pay you a lot of money. I hear there are people who are given money by people in the US and you pay times 10. How can you do that? How can someone give you money and they pay 10 times? Remember, that is a great curse you are carrying with a basket. Sometimes you can even get that money, you live a posh life, but then God can cut that life before your days. Because God blesses people who are innocent and people who are authentic. In the time of Job in the Bible, sorry, I'm going to preach today just right because we are going to the end of the green card application, and I want us to be genuine to everyone. During the time of Job, when the devil asked God for permission to go and do whatever he wanted to do to Job, to test Job, Job stood to be righteous because he told God, remember God, I never looked at a woman lustfully. He never sinned with his eyes. He had made a covenant never to look at a woman lustfully. That one is a great covenant. I do not know whether you who is there, you normally have the covenant with your eyes. That one is a very, very nice covenant that you cannot sin with your eyes. You cannot sin with your hands. You can never sin with your heart, because remember, everything is going to be judged. So when Job was attacked by the devil, he took the children, he took the property, he took the cattle, he even attacked his body. He got a skin disease, a very severe skin disease. But at the end of it all, God restored all the riches, because Job was helping the orphans and the widows. He was helping the orphans and the widows and those that were needy. So let us take the example of Job, because even when the disaster can come to you, later God can restore you, because he can remember the good things that you did. Because even when Job was when they were talking with God, Job was proving himself to God that he has never done this. I've never looked at a man or whatever, a woman or everlastingly, but God remained to be more holy than Job. But imagine later God restored Job, and the friends, God commanded the Job to the friends, because they were judging Job wrongfully. You remember the 3 friends who came to console Job? They were judging Job wrongfully, and God told them to give Job a sacrifice that he might whatever for them. So please, let us be authentic, because I know we are going far. Baby Sarah. So, okay, baby, do you have a smartphone, my dear? Do you have a smartphone, baby? Because now you can do it. You can download that you can download whatever, an app. Sorry. Baby, you can download the DV Rotary Photo Tool. Download the DV, or just go to the Play Store, type DV Rotary Photo. You know the photo tool, TOOL. When you download that photo tool, crop it for yourself. Just, even if it is smaller, it is better than a bigger one. Just do it, because, my dear, this is a golden opportunity. And because you have till tomorrow, crop it, my dear. Just crop it. Just bring it. You know how you do it. You crop it on your phone. Use that DV Rotary Photo tool. It's a very nice one. Download it now after this video at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Kenyan time. 2 a.m. in the morning, very early morning at 2 a.m. You know, 2 a.m. So do it in your phone. Do not miss out on this. Tomorrow is the deadline, my dear. And tomorrow the cybers and the systems will be congested. Even on the phone, when you are trying to do that, the site will be very congested, because many people are trying to log into the site. So please, and you see, I'm even creasing my face, because I'm talking with a lot of, because I know people are going to win. Please go and download that photo tool, the DV, just write DV Rotary Photo Tool. Download it in your phone. After you do that, when you take that photo, crop it on that with that device. Crop it. Even if it is small, it is better. A big one cannot be, you cannot upload a big one. Just try to do it. So I wish you well, Baby. I hope you are going to get it right. Housemaid, I don't got out. I would have gone to crop it from. Crop it for yourself, Baby. Right now you have to do it. Do it for yourself, my dear. You do it. If you have a smartphone, you can do it for yourself. And may the Lord be upon you. May the favor of the Lord be upon you. Yeah. Thanks, Baby. Thank you. If there is a young man in that house, the young people are normally they normally know how to do IT a lot, but you can do it for yourself. Then nowadays everything is whatever, is electronic. Just do it for yourself. So please don't mind about the Lord, the whatever, the host, the whatever. There are very many people in the US who are very genuine and authentic, and there are very many people who are not good, either in Africa or in the US or in the world. Where you go, even in Saudi Arabia, I know there are people who are genuine. We have Arabs who are good. We have Muslims who are good, and we have bad people even in the villages. We have people who are good and bad. So let us be good to everyone, because remember, in this life, one day, one time, you are going to stand in the judgment seat of God, and you are going to answer every question. Why did you do this to this person? Why did you take advantage of the poor person? He gave you the money, and then you told him to pay times 10. That one is a curse. Even in the Bible, there is a place in the book of Psalms. The Bible says, "At those who are going to stand in the mountain of the Lord are those that do not what? They do not charge interest." It is called something. There's a name that people normally use when they are doing that. Okay, they do money laundering. I don't know what you can call it, but if you are not a bank or what, If you are not a bank or a financial institution, do never charge interest. But if you are doing that as a business, you are a financial institution, but if you charge it times 10, you get an automatic cash. If someone asks you for 100,000, it should maybe 100 and maybe a very small interest, or you can also refund you the money the way it is. Because remember, some things that you earn in this life, they only add a cash to your bones. And that is why you see some people sometimes, and I'm not praying for that, they have got terminal sicknesses which they cannot explain where it came from. Maybe in your family there is no cancer, and I'm not saying all people who have cancer are bad people, but I'm saying something that you do, they can be a cause of God not even helping you when you cry to Him. So if you give someone money, do not charge interest. If you are not a banking institution or you are not a financial institution, my dear ones, I am your teacher regarding visas and regarding going to heaven, because I normally follow I normally do the right thing 20%, no 100%. No, don't leave blank. Okay, for the one that is optional for Bakari, there is a part when you start feeling that is optional about it, the care of. For the care of, it is optional, do not feel. But the one that is not optional, if you try to submit, it might bring you some trouble. So for the optional ones, don't feel. There is somewhere there about the postal address, optional. That one don't feel. But for the one that doesn't have the optional, they does not have an option, just write the street, please. Write even in your city, which is your city in Gambia. Write the street in the city, whatever, any street in the city. Don't mind about that. Do not be depressed. That one is not a problem. Because remember, even the mistakes on the, apart from the email addresses, even a name mismatch, you can collect it in the visa form. The whatever you cannot collect is the marital status. If you lie on marital status, that one you cannot, you say the feel at what time, because I'm this. Baby, I'm saying, in Saudi Arabia, you are the same as Africa. In the Middle East and in Africa, we are the same. There's no problem. No, I'm not saying the street name Bakari. Just name anything. Even here where we live, I don't have a street name, but I name it on depending on the estate. For example, if I live in Donholm, I can say Donholm Street. Even if there is a small street there outside, you can name it. You can name it yourself. I'm not saying it is named by your government. Just name any name, anything. You can even say Gambia Street. Just say Gambia Street. Just Gambia Street, or maybe at the capital city of yes or whatever, any town in Gambia. Just say anything, just to make sure that you feel, because there are some that is not optional, but it is not important. It does not matter. Because for Bakari, when you win, I'll help you to fill the DS260 form. I'll help you to fill that form completely. Don't worry about the application. As long as you have your photo and you have your details in the birth certificate, then that not disturb you. Just say any street in Gambia, any town. Just say, for example, if you live in a city called, what is the city in Gambia? Maybe the one that you live in. Tell me the name, I'll tell you the address. Anything write anything. Yeah, don't worry about, don't be depressed because of that is not an issue. Oh, let me answer Barbie. Barbie, let me tell you some. I'm saying we have the same time in Middle East and in, yeah, so they just say to Bakuta Drive. Say to Bakuta Drive or to Bakuta Avenue. You can say to Bakuta Road, to Bakuta Avenue, anything. Just say to Bakuta Road 0000 and you submit. That does not matter. We shall be more cautious when filling the visa form. Don't mind about that. But the email, the right email address. For the email, don't make a mistake for Bakari. So you can feel at, even right now after the video, Nani, you can feel, because right now the cyber is the site is not congested. Yeah, the DV site is not congested. Yes, fly to Bakuta Avenue, to Bakuta Road. That one will be okay. So, Barbie, I hope for the best. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord have his way. May you get that one, so that we can fill the visa form next year in May. The results will come out in May 3rd. And we are going to do the best. We are going to help everyone to fill the form the right way. Even in the cyber, they can do the filling for the form after you win. That one will be not a problem. Because now you can even come out of Saudi Arabia and go back to your country. Where do you come from, Barbie? Which country do you come from? Because you work in Saudi. Don't mind about that. You can write anything. Barbie, about the address in Rwanda. Oh. I'm a widow with 3 kids, but they are in Uganda. How am I going to do? Oh, you are from Uganda. Do you have the photos of your children? Because you have to apply with the photos of your children, Barbie. The photos of your children you have to have. The children you cannot miss. Tell someone to send for you the photos of the children. The recent photos. The photos must be below 6 months, Barbie. Do you have the photos for your children? Write for me there. The photos for the children, you need to have them before you apply. And if you are widowed, have the death certificate of you can just tick widowed. For the death certificate, you are going to need it after being selected. But for now, just tick widowed. Tick widowed, my dear. If you have the death certificate, you can use the death certificate after being selected. For now, tick widowed. And the photos of the children, tell someone to send you on the phone. Tell someone from Uganda to take the photos of the children in a white background and to send you in the phone. Then you can apply together. You can never leave your children. That one you are going to get a disqualification if they discover you have children. So for the marital status, we normally have married, we normally have widowed, we normally have separated, we normally have unmarried, we normally have what else? Married, widowed, separated, unmarried, divorced. We have got 5 categories of the marital status. Divorced, and if you are divorced, remember it is those that have the marriage certificate. If you did not do a wedding, you don't have a marriage certificate, as I told you earlier in the other videos, that one you cannot write divorced because already you did not have a marriage certificate. That one now you are better apply as unmarried because already you separated and you are not married. You are just coming to stay together, but you never officialized you did not officialize your wedding. So if you don't have a marriage certificate, you cannot say divorced. A divorce is whereby you have married with a marriage certificate issued by your government and then you divorce. Separated is the ones that have gotten married officially. They have a marriage certificate and then they separate at a court order, waiting either to divorce or to get together, to go back together. And that's why I told you after being separated, you have to apply with the spouse. You cannot live out with the spouse because you are not divorced. Apply as separated, put the divorce in your details, but you can never go to them with the US. But they are going to be in the picture. They are going to be in the application. So there you are going to write your name, the names of your names of your spouse. But when you are filling the visa form, write it there down if you are the principal applicant, not to accompany me. Because there's now the spouse of yours, you are separated. Not unless you have already reconciled, because it is possible. Remember, separation is to give you time either to reconcile or to divorce. So all those categories, write the right one. And I have taught about that in the other videos. Go and study those. You can go and go through those videos. No photo, but I'm gonna try to get them, Barbie. But if it is not possible at all, you can apply next year, October. Don't panic. Do not panic. I hope you are going to get the photos for the children before tomorrow midday. By 11 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. But if you don't get them, ensure that now you plan yourself. Next year by maybe August, you take the photos of your children, have them in your phone, ready for the application in October. So don't panic. You can go and check all those videos. I have taught very nice tips for how you can apply as a widow, as separated, as divorced, as unmarried, as married, and all those tips. Barbie, I wish you good luck. Call someone home to send you the photos. Yeah, and then you can crop them, or if they are cropped, they are okay. But for yours, you have to crop it for yourself. Take a nice one, crop it, and then upload it. I hope you know how to use a computer or your phone. So, my dear ones, I wish you well. Anyone who have applied, anyone who is applying tonight, please try to apply tonight when the site is not that congested. I wish you all good luck, and I wish that next year in May 3rd, we are going to have good news. Good news that most of us have gotten there. They have been selected. And then from then now we look for the host and the sponsors from DS260s, visa interviews, medicals, and the Lord is with us. So like Job, let us be blameless. Whatever you do in this life, if you're employed in someone's house, be authentic. Because whatever goes around comes around. And everything that you plant, you are going to harvest. If you plant hatred, you are going to plant hatred. If you plant malice, you are going to plant to harvest malice. If you plant love, you are going to harvest love, because God is love. And remember, nothing goes unnoticed. Even the small thing that you do to other people. Being kind to someone will never go unnoticed. That's why you see some people do not have a lot of money, but they have a lot of peace. Simply because they are peacemakers. The Bible says that blessed are the peacemakers. So please, I thank you so much for being together with me this far. I think I have answered the questions that were supposed to be answered. Fabakari, don't worry. About the address line 1, you can see at the end, one of it is optional. For the optional, don't write anything. For the address which is optional, write nothing. But for the address that you have to write, just write anything. For the optional, don't write. It is not important. Let us be more serious when we are filling the other form. What you have to feel very accurate is the marital status and the children. I told you the children are your children, biological, the step, the adopted, the what? All those children. And by the way, you can also adapt your children. Like, for example, there are some grandmothers or maybe uncles. Maybe you live with your uncle because you are an orphan. And then the uncle will assume that they have adopted you. It is not like adoption have to have the adoption rights. You have to go through a legal process and get the adoption rights. So if you are an uncle or an auntie or a niece or a nephew, and you are living with someone because they are orphaned by their relative, maybe your sister's children, ensure that if you want to apply with them and get the green card lottery, you have to go through the legal process of adopting children. Of adoption. So if you are a grandmother, you live with your daughter's maybe child, the daughter is not alive, or by any chance the daughter is not living with that child, you can follow the legal process and get the adoption rights. In this case, you are going to apply for that granddaughter as your child because you have gone through adoption rights. Not adoption, but adoption. Sorry, sometimes I make spelling mistakes. So you can adopt those children. Maybe you are an uncle, you are a grandmother, you live with a grandchild, and the mother is nowhere to be seen. You can also be there. You can also be their guardian. You can also be there. You can also adopt them through a legal process. So do not make a mistake because you live with a child and you are the uncle. Now you fill them under your name, under your application. That one is not going to, you are not going to pass the interview. So let us follow the procedures, the legal procedures. I told you if you do a name mismatch during the application, or not during the application, if you have a name mismatch in your birth certificate and your passport, the name in the birth and the passport are not tallying, you can go and take an affidavit. Affidavits, and carry them to the visa interview. So, I think I'm clear. I think I've answered Barbie, Sarah, and I wish Barbie well. I wish also Fabakari well. Fabakari, I wish you good. Don't mind about the address. That one will not even matter. Put anything. Put 000999, anything. Don't mind. But for the email, please, Fabakari, be very accurate. Elizabeth, are you still there in Swansea? Eliza, are you still there, my darlings? So I think I have talked until my face has turned red, until I look like I a very serious teacher. So for the address, don't mind, just put anything. If you are going to the cyber for Bakari, 1 minute. For Bakari, if you go to the site, they can put for them the addresses. They normally even put the addresses, by the way. Don't even mind. But if you are doing it on your phone, write anything. You can check any address even for your workplace, for your church, for anything. Just write anything too, just to show that you have it. You can even repeat it on all the parts that require the address. That is not a problem. And remember the city of birth. I told you the city of birth is where you are born. For Bakari, if you are born into Bakuta, that is where you are going to write as your city of birth. Don't write another big city in Gambia. So check the birth certificate and copy paste. City of birth is where you are born, depending on according to the birth certificate. So I think I'm clear. It's so clear. So dear ones, I want to quit the live. That one was just a mad rush, because I wanted people to get it right. And maybe there's one soul here. You know, I normally call people souls. Even in the airport, when the captain is communicating about the people, the passengers in the flight, he called them souls. Nafsi. In Swahili, we say nafsi. So I also regard people as souls, because I normally honor human beings a lot. I honor all human beings and even animals. So any soul that is here, maybe one soul that was desperate. They did not know what to do. They did not know how to apply. They did not have the photos. I came here for those souls. So that if you don't have the information, or you don't know what to do, you can take a photo on your phone and crop it with whatever I have told you, and you are going to get it right. Please don't fail to apply. For I told you, you never know what is going to happen next year. You never know what's going to happen. There's a time I remember there was no green card. I don't know how many years ago, sometime. There's a time, I don't think 2 years. There were no, so let us take this our opportunity and take it positively. Let us take this opportunity, because this is golden, and never lose golden opportunities. So I love every human being, and I honor even animals. And that's why you see sometimes I make videos regarding baboons. I'm normally in love with the small animals. When I see a baboon, a monkey, someone beating a donkey, I feel so bad. Those people who mistreat animals. Never mistreat animals. The Bible says a wise man takes care of his animals. So do not mistreat the animals, neither mistreat human beings, wherever you are. Whether you are in Arabia, you are in Europe, you are in Oceania, you are in Africa, always respect human beings, help the human beings as much as you can, and do never mistreat animals because they are innocent. Animals are very innocent and vulnerable. They depend upon you. Feed them, clothe them, keep them warm, give them pampers, ensure they sleep in a bed and whatever, somewhere, a good place like where you sleep. And human beings, you nurture them. Small babies, nurture them. Old people, take them as your grandmother. Because even when we go to the US, whoever is going to the US, be human. When you go to Europe, do not change. There are people who go to Europe or wherever, and they change their attitude. Remember, this one is just temporary on earth. We have another home that is in heaven. Do not be discouraged. If you don't apply this time, you can apply on October 2025. So I wish you good luck. I wish you well. And I hope I have been clear to everyone that we love one another, assist one another where we can, and do never be malicious. Do never overcharge anyone. Someone told me that they were people give you money, it's due where, and then you pay 10 times. I can't believe that. That money I cannot even touch, because I know that one is automatically a curse. If you give someone 10,000, charging times I don't know 10. How can you do that? Do not allow yourself to take a curse. Take only what is rightful for you. Never overcharge. Whether you are selling a shaba, you are selling clothing, you are selling whatever, do never overcharge. Be reasonable, because God is always reasonable. God is always fair to us. Let's be fair to one another, because we are going heights. We are going to maneuver in the right way. People go to US, people go to Europe, and sometimes bad things happen because no one knows their eventuality. You never know when you go to the US what will going to happen. So put God first in everything that you do, whether it is the US, whether you are going to Germany, whether you are going to Qatar, put God first. Because I have seen people flying and bad things happen. Others fly, good things happen. Be genuine, be authentic. If you are an agent, wherever you are, because people are looking for jobs anywhere, and I'm not an agent and I'll never be. I don't like such things because I never want my name to be tarnished by anyone. Me, I only give advice regarding travels and visas. But if you are in any way you are an agent, maybe you are going to offer jobs to anyone, do never overcharge, do never bring a curse to your generation. Be authentic, be straightforward. If there is no job, say there is no job. Thank you so much, my viewers. I wish you well. Let us help one another where we can. Let us tell people what we know, because that is what I'm doing now. What I know, I'm giving to you. Because I know people will be selected and fail because of lack of knowledge. The Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. But in this platform, we shall not perish. We are going to do the right thing, apply the right thing, use the right information, be truthful, because I told you lies will add you to jail, they will add you to be banned, they will add you to hell, everything will be wrong. In this world, you are going to end in jail, you are going to be banned to go to the US or wherever, and then in judgment seat of God, you are going to be thrown in the lake of fire. So let us be genuine and authentic. Otherwise, have a good night. Not unless there is anyone with a question, I'm going to quit the live. I am going to quit the live and go to sleep. So, Barbie, I wish you well, my dear. Subscribe to my channel. Whoever have not subscribed, kindly consider subscribing. Just show me your love as I show you mine. Let us love one another with a heart. If you subscribe to my channel, you never know what God gonna do to you. God blesses people from all over. If I saw you are genuine. So, Fabake Samate, I love you with the love of God and I wish you well. Just don't mind about the address. Write any address. You can even borrow from your friend their address. Write it there, or your church if you have a church, or your mosque if you are from a mosque, or wherever, or in the street. Do not mind. What matters is the email address and the photograph and the marital status and the educational qualification. By the way, the key things in the green card lottery: educational qualification, marital status, and the photograph, and the email, and the country of eligibility. By the way, there are 5. Click the right country. If you are, because I told you it is a drop-down list. If it is Gambia, we have Gambia, we have Georgia, we have whatever in G. So click the right country, because many people click the wrong country, especially in the cyber. The cyber guys are normally very hasty, so they click any country by mistake. That one you can never pass the interview. If you make the wrong country of choice, the wrong country of eligibility, that one it's not possible. So if it is Gambia, ensure you click Gambia. And after applying, go back up and check whether you have done it right before you submit. It is a very short episode. If you have the photo and your birth certificate, it can take only 5 minutes. So Fabaki from Gambia, I love you in the love of Christ. Barbie, I love you. Elizabeth, I love you. Anyone here else? We have got who else here? So Elizabeth, I think some have left, but I love you all. Swenzi, my dear, thank you so much. You have been so helpful to me. You have a very good heart. And Dr. Wiremesh, thank you so much, Daktari. May the Lord expand your territories. If you sell Wiremeshes, have many buyers forever and evermore. Let the buyers come and overflow. If Salome Goge, Salome, thank you, dear, thank you. Whatever you do, Salome, may the Lord bless you 10 times. May He give you 100-fold. May He give you 1,000-folds. May He give Dr. Wiremesh millions and millions. And may He expand your boundaries. Remember, Jabez cried to God. And Maina also, do not worry. Things are going to work out. And doors are going to open in other countries. Because this world is ours to inhabit. US is ours to inhabit. Canada is ours to inhabit. So we shall not worry whatever is going to happen. We are going to trust in the Lord. Because the Lord is, the Bible says, if the Lord is on my side, who can be against me? Don't worry, my dear. Do never mind about anything. So, thank you all. Please subscribe. Do not start watching before you subscribe. The knowledge that I have imparted in you, I do not think there is anyone even from anywhere who can impart that knowledge. This is expertise knowledge out of deep research and out of a great experience. So I wish you well and I wish you good night. Bye.